Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back for another episode of Curtain Steel in Supreme Brawl Ultimate. In previous episode we had quite a nice push from our landing area here all the way to the Algerian capital. It took a little bit of time and we took a lot of casualties trying to push in here, but we got here and I think I might actually want to start repairing things in this battle, so there might be a few things that we won't be repairing quite yet. But for the most part we can now start pushing further west and a little bit to the south to start clearing out, especially that airfield there. Like, if we can remove all the coastal areas or ports over here, the French won't be able to send in a lot of reinforcements, which is kind of the main goal here. Well, not necessarily the main goal, we might... Ooh. Okay, so Saarland, West Germany merge. So Saarland is no longer a thing. It's part of West Germany, alright. That's sort of curiosity. What is our... Okay, treaty integrity is almost 60% now. It's 59.2, which ain't bad. We've got our ships over here that we can just keep on moving. If we can just capture more and more of the sea zone over here, that'd be pretty good. Got some submarines over here that are not really being used anymore. We might still keep... Actually, I suppose we still have some submarines down this area, don't we? We got on some transports, that's for sure. And civilian transport, did we... Oh, right, we had to send all of these to be repaired here. Right. That's probably alright then. We got infantry in here, for sure. We might take a few more stacks of units here. And send them as a sea transport over to Algiers. Or into Algeria. We just do need to take a little bit more troops from here. Is that... Oh, right, it selected all of those as well, didn't it? There we go. So let's just move these in. We got the artillery group in here, which is not really in use quite yet. We got some infantry moving into the city. Let's just move these down south, or southwest rather. Oh, there's some potential invaders coming through here. I'm not going to let them land though. But yeah, if we can get some submarines carrying the Gibraltar, then that's going to mean that a lot of the French units won't be able to reach it. I mean, they can still move down south from there, but that's going to give us a lot more security in the Mediterranean. And then we can probably do the landings in Corsica a little bit easier. Of course, there's the fact that we can, once we've taken Algeria, we might not even need to take all of Algeria. We can just sort of hold on around here and set up defensive positions in there. And if they want to send in a lot of troops through Africa, then I'll let them. And you know, I mean, it's going to be very low supplies and all that, so they won't be able to do all that much. And actually, a lot of this is switching hands already. And these can definitely move forward. We've got some more troops arriving here. That's mostly the artillery in there. These two may need to repair soon. Actually spread some of these troops out, so we'll have enough sort of protected region in here. The artillery can sit in... Oh, actually, I have a feeling that there's no one defending this town. There's no one defending that now. Alright, well, let's keep on pushing. I'll actually have these sit in there. We can bring in another two down south. Now, I'm pretty sure that the airfield over here is defended. So for that, we'll need to bring in some artillery down south. And bring in another Bren carrier, but that's not going to get very far, I reckon. So we've got... Actually, we're starting to get a pretty decent amount of trade overall. So the economy isn't too bad. Unemployment is a bit low still. Right, so we've got artillery moving south, so we can actually move another artillery group over here in Medea. And that's going to provide, hopefully, enough support. We can actually send these south. And then, is there anyone defending that? I don't think there is. Well, there will be soon. I should say, we'll be there. Let's send another one into the city. We can maybe take these three. Provide some support over there to make sure that they won't flank us all that easily. I suppose we'll probably want to get in there, actually. And where's the ships? Over here, okay. Let's just move them down this way. Capture a little bit more of the area. We're bombarding the Bren carrier first, okay. These are resupplying slowly. I'll let them rest a little bit before we send them all the way in. And this artillery crew, I'm going to start moving along with the advancing armies here. Have we gotten more troops repaired? Oh, yes, we have. Let's just gather them up in a separate stack here. And that was the extra artillery. We've got Some AA guns over here still that can be moved. That's exactly 7. Okay, well, that's rather fortuitous. You know what, I'm going to start auto-accepting offers from Belgium. If they are that good offers, then yeah, I might as well. And that's going to increase relations with Belgium, which might actually turn them slowly away from NATO. It's not going to be quick or easy, but I think it can be done. Right, let's just move in this group into combat, and then we'll move in the tanks as well to support that. Should be fairly quick combat overall, because we've got overwhelming firepower in this. And then I suppose in the meanwhile, these can continue advancing south. I think we'll have our front line more or less along... Well, I suppose we could maybe get some sort of front line here. Like get a few trenches in there, so that we can make sure that they won't reach the road itself. And we can remove a lot of the troops guarding the road then. I don't know, where is that one going? Is it stuck? It might be out of supplies actually. So it's not going anywhere. Okay, one of the combat engineers needs to pull back, but everything else seems to be going fine and dandy. Let's go ahead and drop a few units there. Another 2 units can maybe help support over here guarding the flank. And this area is a bit of a mystery. I think, well, there's another airfield over there. I don't know how far south we'll go. Probably along this sort of edge here. Because this is going to be a rough desert. It'll just be in the semi-desert and rough areas over here. For the most part before... I mean, eventually we'll probably push further south, but right now I think we should focus a bit more on capturing more of the coastline here. We don't really have a massive amount of troops for quite yet. Which are these around? We do have our ships, which can support a little bit. I don't think they'll be doing too much. Move these forward. I suppose I could actually take these troops forward as well. Military facility completed. Gun emplacement. Aha. Excellent. It's going to reduce a little bit of the upkeep of things. We are making money. Well, I suppose it's the daily trades that are making us a lot of cash right now. Got some more tanks in here. That is 80 gun. Not going to get very far, I reckon. There we go. That's been destroyed. Got the artillery. So this can probably help protecting the road to the south. Leave at least 1 unit into the city itself, but the rest of these can probably move further. There's a bit of a gap on the front line here. Right, where does the... We'll probably start building some trenches in here. We'll start from that location. We'll probably need to set in a couple of these tanks to clear out the enemy from there, so that it doesn't capture anything in the meanwhile. Moving the artillery a little bit further south as well. But yeah, we are getting control of a lot of the land in Algeria. Which is definitely good news for us. Not so good news for the enemy, of course. But we don't care about that, do we? I'll take the combat engineer from there. And bring more troops to west. We do need to bring in the artillery a little bit closer. We've got the ships already firing in there. If we can get some proper artillery, then that'd be nice. Or proper artillery into the combat, that'd be nice. Right, we'll probably have... Well, I suppose these are the better tanks, so what we'll probably do is actually switch these around. We've got a couple of units over here which can defend the airfield at least. We've not taken the town here yet, but we can probably enter it without any problems. Okay, there's 1 garrison remaining. This one's gonna have to be switched to something fresher. Actually, let's just go ahead and send these in. Capture that city. There we go. Get these all in, and then the combat engineers and that 1 tank at least can move down south. Oh, there might be enemies coming through here. Well, they're trying. Got artillery in position here. I suppose what we could do is we could put out our troops just a slightly bit more. Actually, these can move further south as well. There we go. So we stop that. Trading with the Swedes, the Belgians, and Iran. Okay, that sounds good to me. Do we have... We've got 1 tank over there. We've got a couple units over here that could probably move forward now. to start supporting, and we can bring in the artillery forward. Because we are getting closer to the sort of last areas that in here that we definitely need to clear out. Mainly that report. After that, I don't think... Morocco is not in the war. They're not allied to France, so I don't know if they have access through them or not. Probably not. Tunis at least hasn't been causing any issues, so I'm kind of working from that assumption. There we go, that's the one enemy unit destroyed. There is some villages over here which we could probably just capture by driving in there. The airfield is no doubt protected. Oh, you're trying to get through here, eh? Well, sad to say, but you won't be getting through. You shall not pass, as the saying goes. Okay, so that one friend carrier, we can just move some troops forward, and it's not going to get any further. And they got some tanks in here. You know what? Let's go ahead and make sure to get some garrisons in the town here, as well as the town here. Right, so now we've got all of those sorted. Let's go ahead and send in some of these troops. We'll leave at least one tank defending the town for the time being until we get some more troops in here. Which I suppose we can start moving more of these. I don't think we need that area as well protected anymore. I think down to the coastline and the border that needs protection. Selling more petroleum to Finland. And that's fine by me. Let's go ahead and get some of these to move south. Actually, we can move these to the other side. Because that was already has a unit there. And artillery will probably take care of that over time. Tanks over here will be holding the point there. We got some more troops that we can move in. Excellent. That will be actually really useful. And the fleet has started firing. Ooh, there's an enemy patrol boat there. It would be a shame if someone had an artillery or ship over here capable of firing there. Unfortunately, that might. Actually, we should have the range over there, right? Maybe. At least in theory. Oh, they're bringing in a battleship. Run away! I'm sending the submarines. That battleship has a pretty long range. We're going to be firing on our troops here for a little bit. Hopefully it's not going to do too much damage. It doesn't seem to be all that bad. We dug in fairly well. We'll just go ahead and send in the submarines to sink that. And we can probably go ahead and take care of the patrol boat as well. That we saw down this way. There we go, and then bring these back. We got the orbital launch pad completed, excellent. So that's going to reduce the daily cost for construction as well, which is really useful. Right, let's bring in these towards Waran. There might be someone in here, actually. Or there may have been someone in there, I suppose. It's the more accurate way I was describing. Let's just quickly go ahead and put some garrisons along here. Right, so that's going to be the garrison set there. We'll probably start building up a bit of the trench in here. We'll take these two. We'll have the trench line going along here, I suppose. Do we have more troops here? We got the artillery group, and then we got one over here that should probably just go and should be repaired, quite frankly. Speaking of which, oh wow. We've got a few things repaired, one could say. Now, how much of these actually are? A lot of these were probably transported over, weren't they? Well, let's bring them into Algiers, or Algiers. Right, reinforcements are now arriving. We can just use these to clear out some of that. Is that a... no, that's still a seapier. Okay, so there is no port as such in here. Or like ports where we can repair things. Bit of a shame. But oh well. Those are still repairing. I'll just let them sit there. We've got more reinforcements arriving anyway. Plus we got some more troops over here. We can probably take most of the infantry in there. Just send it further west. Managed to destroy yet another enemy unit here. Oh, there's a merchant marine coming in. If it's going to be going through my lands, then yeah, you better turn around and you get destroyed. Excellent. Right, let's go ahead and capture the town over here. That's probably not protected right now. There's a bit of a garrison here, oddly enough. So if it's only one unit, then it's going to be really easy to just clean up. Ah, there we go, we got more troops coming in. Let's just move them forward over there. We can use this one to assist going towards the port itself. And then we'll have the group that we just brought in to go to Cider. And then sort of protect the southern flank here with the troops that we already have on here. Although I suppose as soon as we take the port itself, then it's going to reduce the amount of areas that we need to defend. That's going to be useful. Is there artillery in here? There is actually some, but they're not the longest range. I don't know if they actually have the range on us or not. They might not. Oh, we sank something with submarine again somewhere. Could have been here, could have been somewhere else. Ooh. Right, we've had some submarines over here that have taken a bit of damage. I'm just going to send that one to be repaired. There has been some ships trying to get through here, no doubt. But they're not managed to get all the way. We've got on a few more ships, and we've got a lot more troops in here ready to be transported over eventually. But right now, it's quite not the time. Let's go ahead and clear that one. We'll maybe send in the artillery to, or tanks over here to already support that one. We'll send in a couple of these to guard the flank. And the rest of the tanks and one of these can move in here to support the attack. And someone to protect the village there for the time being. That is only 6 units, so we can send in at least one of these tanks. Then I'll send these around to start supporting that. We can move in the artillery in here. So we'll be doing some decent damage on them, I reckon. And pushing some of the enemy artillery already away. Is there... well, they're not too badly damaged yet, but some of these are starting to run a little bit low in supply, so we'll have to start pulling them back. Little by little. We can send in another 2 tanks into the fray here. I'm going to send in the supply truck in here, just so it can provide some support for the troops. It might not have a massive impact, but I reckon it will help. Sending the ISU in. We've got some more tanks incoming here. Let's just bring them closer. Okay, there we go. That's another few garrisons gone. There's only 4 garrisons remaining. That one's pulling back. We'll need to send a lot of these to be repaired. We got the barracks in Batna. That's good. I'll send those to be repaired already. I don't suppose... well, no, we do have these 2. Let's send them in there. We can actually send one of them already into the fight. We're going to send both of them into the fight. Is that going to be sufficient to clear out the enemy? Probably not. Although it might just about be. Well, assuming how much supplies we can get in here, I guess is the question. And the less they have garrisons, the faster we destroy them. Plus, the less troops we have on the front line, the more supplies will be provided for the fighting units from the supply truck. We'll keep some of these troops in here just in case they send in a counterattack, which they are probably planning right now. Bring in some more troops. There is some more artillery in here. Don't know where exactly that artillery is coming from. Seems like it's coming from the Spanish Morocco, actually. No, it's just Morocco. We did get their independence some time ago. Or a few episodes ago. Let's go ahead and give these orders to move into the city already. Then we can get rid of some of that artillery. And we got another 60 million out of this. Let's move someone to protect that one. They won't be able to take on the city itself. There was a vessel over there, but I think it disappeared? Question mark. That can be sent to be repaired, and a lot of these can be sent to be repaired as well. Let's bring in the artillery over here. So that's now their new capital. I wonder if these 3 will be sufficient to clear out more of this area. Cider is still something that we can just walk into, I reckon. That might have a bit of garrisons. It does, but we'll get rid of it fairly quickly. Actually, we'll send in the heavy tank from here to support there. So they've got 4 garrisons defending their latest capital. That should be alright. We can probably deal with them somewhat easily. Especially now that there isn't French artillery supporting them. At least not right now. If we can get to the border, then we can make sure that the enemies can't enter through there. At least not easily. And then we'll need to get a little bit more area over here, and then we can more or less just say that, okay, we're just defending from now on in here and start preparing for an assault from here into Corsica. And if once we take Corsica, then there's going to be a lot of planes coming in from southern France, so that is why we need a lot of air guns. Looks like our economy is now doing a lot better than what it did before. Sending some troops in there. Did it actually... Oh yeah, we did destroy the garrison there. Okay, good. Right, so I think what we need to do, though, is we need to start repairing a bit more of the troops. The condition of a lot of the units that we have here is not particularly impressive. Because we do have a lot of troops over here that could be moved forward. Especially to the border province over here. Most of the... Well, I suppose these could be just pushed further south. We'll probably have the... Well, currently the line is moving, or going through here, so I suppose that can stay as is. Got a bit of extra troops in here that we could utilize for some other assaults, though. Well, I suppose we could always push all the way down here to the next airfield. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be too much resistance, to be fair. Oh, they did manage to get a tank landed in here. Alright, well, where's the submarines? Let's bring those in. I'm getting a bit annoyed by these ships just driving in here. And I think they are running a little bit low supplies-wise here, so that is actually going to be rather useful for us. We're buying a lot of industrial goods from Iran. How's the... We still produce massive amount of electricity. We got pretty good production of consumer goods. Making pretty good money out of it as well. Industrial goods, we are not producing quite enough. Although, it's not that bad, actually. If we just build one more of the industrial goods factories, then we should be fine. But do we have the manpower for that? Maybe. But I'd rather not risk it right now. Okay, so we've got a few more units over here. And we'll just push west. And these can start taking over some of the protection duties. So entrench 2 more over here, and then these 3 can be moved west. That can be probably moved west already. It's not fully repaired, but it's good enough for the time being. Got another 3 over here that could entrench into the capital. Not the capital, but the port town over here. And this one is going to get sunk by the submarines. There we go. Right. I guess the biggest question is now, do we push south, or do we just sit here for the most part with the troops? We're going to start bringing in a lot more troops to plan a invasion of Corsica now. We could actually just send in the transport, for example, there. Down that way. We'll send in some of the escorts as well. We can actually send this pretty much entire fleet. Oh, we'll send these 3 at least in there already. And then the transports we can... Well, we've got one over here. We can just combine these transports, I suppose, into one group. That's another escort over here. I suppose that can be going with the transports once we send those over. And then we can just grab all of this and do a sea transport into somewhere around there, so they're not going to be right on the port, because that is where we do a lot. Oh, we started repairing a lot of stuff here. Right, that makes sense. Let's bring them in. How much is that? That'd be 5. That'd be 7 units, plus another 2 for the tank group over here. That can probably be moved towards the front line as well. There's 2 garrisons over here. Oh, there we go, we're doing some bombardment. We make sure that they don't have full garrisons in there. Which actually, if there's only 4, I think we can take them on. We lost some territory again, alright. India's buying some petroleum for us. Or from us, rather. Ooh, they managed to land a unit in there. Alright, we do have garrisons in the eastern town, but the 2 over here do not have garrisons. Suppose we could just take some tanks from here. So clearly we still need to have some troops in here. Now it's out of supplies for the most part, so I don't think it's going to be moving anytime soon. And we can destroy it in the beaches. They're not going to get away from there. 2 armored battalions will do the trick. And we seem to have cleared out the capital again. Let's go ahead and move in a bit more over here. We can clear out the next town over. How's our treaty integrity? 59.6. Okay, that's not too bad. Domestic approval rating is 28%. Oh, wow. And population is 160 million, but we have captured quite a bit of population from Algiers. I mean, they've still got 3.8 million, and we've taken most of their bigger cities, so that's probably been at least 5 million that we got on population during this war from capturing lands. Right, Tlemcen. Ooh. Right, let's take some troops from here, clear out the industrial complex here, and that is going to be not quite the last conquest in here, but we're getting pretty far in. Ooh, I see some artillery there. They won't be able to advance all that further, or all that much further at least. Grab these troops, as well as these. Go to Tlemcen, and then we'll go for the border. Oh, there's only one garrison in here. Oh boy. Alright.
We took their capital.
Indeed we did. How much do they have still money? They got 60 million. We got about 7.5 million out of that. It's not too bad. And that's empty, and we sank a ship over there. That's good. We captured that. So did they move the capital somewhere? Oh, it's at the airfield there. Alright, do they have military? They got 18,000 men still in garrisons. Alright, I mean, that's not bad. Not particularly difficult to deal with. Oh. Right, we could liberate them with French relations. Ooh. Actually, let's try that. Are they now allied to us? They're part of the Warsaw Pact, at least. Can we get a full transit treaty with them? I might be able to. Please succeed, please succeed. Also, that probably increased our treaty integrity. Well, no, not really. Move in here to destroy the artillery at least. Did they move the capital? Oh, yeah, they did. Counter offer, they want 50 million for that. I'll take it. Because we need the transit treaty. But this is actually a way for us to get more people to join our faction. Now we're back to 15 again. Which is, I suppose, good enough. We're going to get the ship design very shortly, and then the isotope generators. There's so many things that we're trying to research, but we haven't done all the things that we need. Like the weapons industry advances is really crucial. Actually, well, it's going to be useful for new unit types. There's the satellites. Military vessels are going to unlock a lot of things as well for the ships types. Very conventional computers. Oh, this was the one that unlocks a lot of things. Now, it's, well, it's going to unlock some directly, and some we might need another thing from somewhere else. But yeah, that's going to be pretty good. But we are unfortunately out of time, and what we'll probably do in between the episodes is I'll start preparing for the invasion of Corsica, and then I might do some landings in somewhere in Africa over here as well. Get some more nations, liberate them, and bring them in to the fold, as it was, as it were. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and until next time, bye bye.